Live from New York, it's Ask an Engineer.
Hello everybody, welcome to another fantastic and fabulous Ask an Engineer. We're broadcasting live from downtown Manhattan in the old Adafruit headquarters. I'm Lady Ada, I'm the engineer. With me is Lady Becky.
Hi.
Priestess of Wearables. And Phil.
Hello, how's it going?
Chieftain of Video. We have an exciting show tonight. We have new products, we have announcements, we have sales, we have discounts, we have news. Tell them what's on tonight's show, Ava.
On tonight's show, the code is Hack Friday. We'll tell you all about this new holiday, Hack Friday. Hack Friday is a code, and it's also the theme of tonight's show. We're going to be talking about shipping deadlines, all the stuff you need to know about when to get your Adafruit orders in time for the holidays. We'll do a recap of the show and tell. We have gift guides this week that just came out, a new series about hacker spaces. Lady Ada talked at Women 2.0. Becky went to a wearable meetup. Adafruit is participating in New York's Next Top Makers, very cool program. Maybe, and we'll look at this really closely later, an Adafruit product appeared in the latest Avengers with Tony Stark and Iron Man. Exciting. 3D Thursday. Have something really neat to share. Mailbag. Ask an Educator. We got some Makey Monday. We've got some cool stuff from the e-bookshelf. Some really cool stuff with Flora, our new wearable electronics platform. Some news in the world of open source hardware, some Adafruit learning system, some stuff from the world of Raspberry Pi. We'll have new products, we'll answer your questions, we'll have a trivia question, all that and more. Plus a cat.
Meow meow.
All on Ask an Engineer.
Wait, you have to zoom in on the cat.
When I zoom in on the cat, it plays the loud meow song, and people said it was too loud.
You need to adjust the audio on that sample.
I have to get a better meow.
Okay.
Just it's a quiet.
Yeah.
Okay.
With longer stuff sound.
Okay, well, we're back. Last week was kind of our welcome back from Sandy thing. We're still like kind of recouping, slowly getting there.
It's going to be January before I'm back from Sandy.
Yeah.
See you guys in 2013.
Becky's still. Yeah. Becky is still kind of recovering, but things are going well around.
Yeah.
Right? Doing good. Okay. Let's start going over some stuff here.
Okay.
Tonight's code is Hack Friday.
What is all this Hack Friday?
Yeah. One word, Hack Friday. Get 10% off all things in the Adafruit store.
All items.
All items that are in stock right now, 10% off. It's kind of crazy.
There's a thing. Is it 10% off?
If it's in stock, yes.
Okay.
So let's talk about what Hack Friday is. This is a holiday event idea that John Janier came up with. He started this last year, and the theme is next week is Black Friday, and everyone goes to the mall and gets trampled, basically. But John Janier came up with Hack Friday, and you two are going to read a little bit about that right now.
Okay. Announcing the first ever Adafruit Hack Friday sale, 10% off all Adafruit products in the shop that are in stock. From today, Friday, November 16th, 2012, actually that was yesterday, until Sunday, November 18th, 11:59 p.m. So basically, Monday morning is not valid anymore.
Yeah, 11:59 tomorrow night, it's over.
So you can get anything you want from now until Sunday.
It's in stock.
It's in stock, Eastern time. Just so people, if you're in a different time zone, just make sure that you set your time to New York time. Just use the code Hack Friday, just one word, Hack Friday on checkout. Most retailers put their stuff on sale this day after Thanksgiving. It's called Black Friday. But it's kind of, it turns hectic. It's crazy. Everyone's rushing. Also, Thanksgiving is supposed to be about spending time with family and friends and doing fun stuff, right? Yeah. So we thought it would be way more fun to give you a sale before Thanksgiving. Because a lot of people are starting to plan out what they want to build and make for the holidays. Also, people are indoors more, so they want to build more stuff. That way you have something to build when you're at home with family. Make kits together. Yeah. Build stuff.
Most people have the day off. Why waste it at the mall?
Yeah.
So you can stay home making.
The day after Thanksgiving, known in retail as Black Friday, not because it's goth and they listen to Morrissey, which is, trust me, I went to Walmart and I was like, I had my eyeliner on, that was all ready, and I was the only one there with the lace thing on my head. Okay, it just turns into an endless quest for $10 waffle irons and $75 TVs, and it's ridiculous, and people are spending all their time waiting in line in parking lots, which sucks. So John Jr. said, personally, I'm more inclined to make something rather than go out and buy something on that day. I think a lot of other people feel that way, especially makers and hackers. So we've come up with a way to have you do that, and he's called it Hack Friday, as opposed to Black Friday. So, Becky, what is Black Friday? Okay. What is Hack Friday?
What is Hack Friday?
I'm confused.
Hack Friday is an alternative to Black Friday that celebrates personal initiative and creativity. Instead of mobbing the local box store at 4 a.m., you sleep in, stay home, and work on your projects with the people you love. A Hack Friday project can be anything you like, from gardening to programming to woodwork and beyond. The point is to encourage active making instead of passive consuming. Sort of like an unofficial nationwide 24-hour hackathon. Sounds like there should be some streaming in order.
You love streaming.
I love it. We're starting our sale today, a week before Turkey Day, so that you can stock up on kits and components and be ready to go on Black Hack Friday. Black Hack Friday.
I know, it's confusing.
The day of 11/23 will be featuring a running showcase of projects from around the web. Tag your projects with Hack Friday on Google Plus or Twitter, and we'll post them on the blog. Hack Friday. There are no lines at the workbench.
Yeah, very cool. So, this is the first year. We're going to be around forever, I hope. We're going to do this every year, and every year we're going to try to make a bigger and bigger deal. I think this can be a nationwide movement where you encourage all the maker sites to do the sales the week before Black Friday. You have time to get all your stuff in. You build it, and then on Black Friday, while everyone's fighting at the stores, what you're doing is you're wrapping up your projects, you're finishing up, and then you're looking online for all the things tagged Hack Friday.
Or you're planning out your project.
Mm-hmm.
But what a neat possibility.
Also, you get
for
the
us to
day
have.
off.
Yeah, it could be cool to have
Who
our
wants to spend a day off?
You can build kits and then give them as gifts to people too.
Yeah.
Like my parents really like the ice tube clock.
Oh.
Yeah, and the TV be gone.
Yeah.
It's great.
You said your
gift.
mom loves turn off TVs.
At the Applebee's, she's like, they'll never suspect it's me. And she's right.
And so, if we see some cool projects out in the world that have pound Hack Friday on Google Plus or on Twitter or send it to our blog, we're very interested in doing random acts of kindness. If you do something cool and tag it Hack Friday and we see it, maybe we'll send you something really interesting. We do that. We have a store full of stuff.
Presents.
Okay.
So,
Sending presents to people.
yeah, we do like doing that.
So that's the story behind Hack Friday.
That's Hack Friday. So, some business stuff here
Yeah,
for the folks who are going to order things. Every year we get asked this, so we want to make sure that you know everything about
I don't want to
holiday
cover this
schedule.
early because otherwise people, I know it seems like, oh my god, it's not even Thanksgiving, but this comes up, especially for international orders. This month and next month are extremely busy for both the postal system all over the world and UPS. So UPS, at least you get a guaranteed delivery, but especially for international, if you're ordering something and you want it for the holidays and you're international, you must, if you want to use first class international, which is the lowest cost shipping method, you have to order as soon as possible because it can take 4 weeks. It's happened.
Yeah.
And there's once it's in customs, we can't recall it, we can't reship it. So if you're international and you want to order something, please order it as soon as possible. If you're using first class, we don't suggest first class international, but most people get it in a week.
Yeah.
But just in case things get clogged up, especially.
Yeah, and let me just give you like a pro tip for all the international folks out there. So if you're in France, Germany, Mexico, Italy, Brazil, those tend to have the slowest customs departments. It just takes a really long time to get packages through.
Yeah.
I keep track of the number of customers saying, hey, I see that my package arrived 3 weeks ago and it sat in customs. So we try to keep track of which countries are the slowest with that. So the country has the package, but it has to clear customs.
Yeah.
So it takes a while. So first class mail international is always going to be the slowest. It's low cost. We offer it, but that is the one that they'll get backed up over the holidays.
Yeah.
Express mail.
They're the first thing to get back.
Yeah, express mail is a little faster, but if you want something guaranteed, UPS International.
UPS International is guaranteed, and you can always, like, if you're a member of a hackerspace or you have a group of people, you can bundle the order together. We suggest that. It's just international, and there's always delays, and the closer you're getting to Christmas, by the time it's early December, it's already getting very difficult to send stuff.
Yeah.
Just be aware, because everyone else is shipping stuff around the world.
Yeah.
Happens. UPS, you're good for a while. You don't have to worry for about a month. But for UPS ground, it can take a week. So just be aware of that. We'll warn people who are shipping domestically more later. Right now, we're just warning the internationals.
Yeah. Becky, you
And Canada counts as international, by the way.
it does. They get it pretty fast. We're right next to a mail hub, so a lot of people get Adafruit packages really fast because we're one stop off from the world.
99% of packages arrive within a week.
Yeah.
99%. But that's only 1 out of 100 people don't get it within a week.
Yeah. So Becky, you have, and I still have, you've retired out on shipping out stuff on your own for your necklace product, but you've gone through this too, right?
Still ship necklaces.
Oh, you still do? Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if you still
My
did.
new batch got delayed from Sandy because my guy who.
So did you go through this with customers, international and things?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I just email them. When I think ships.
Yeah.
They don't
All
order
right.
in time. Too bad. I mean, what are you gonna do? Valentine's Day is the really
Okay,
big
we
holiday.
don't want to say too bad. We want to warn people ahead of time. I mean,
Yeah.
it's too bad if they wait too
I mean, I don't sell that many, it's just a few. They're expensive and they're silver nice things. So
Yeah.
people usually, if they want to buy that gift, they've thought about it for a long time.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, great.
Let's go to the show and tell. We had Chris on the show and tell.
We're working on this snowblower.
Yeah.
UAV snowblower.
Yeah.
UAV snowblower.
Chris was on the show. Yeah, Chris, he's checking in on his project. So it's a Raspberry Pi powered snowblower with
Videos, pan tilt.
with all the enclosures built from a replicator that he modified.
Yeah.
Really cool project. Uses a lot of Adafruit stuff.
Yeah, it's cool.
After the show, check out our YouTube channel.
Yeah.
And it has the show and tell automatically.
What's neat is you can watch the progress of this project week by week. So every week he will come back and he will show off, the next part. So this week he showed the enclosure,
Yeah.
which is really cool.
Okay. Lady Ada, how do people get on the show and tell?
Super easy. Go to my, don't go to my personal Google website. This is so confusing. You
It's simple. It's simple.
It's simple, except when it changes every week. No, go to the Adafruit show and tell page. It's plus.google.com/plus_Adafruit. Hit return. Look for the post where I say recently, hey, comment here if you want to be added to the show and tell circle. Comment, add yourself, and that way you will get an invite every week. And then when you're ready, on Saturday at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Time, you can join the Hangout and you can show off your project. And we give away these awesome stickers, which you can see. This is actually what the sticker looks like over there. For people who show up on the show and tell, it's awesome.
Okay.
We want to see more new people show up on the show and tell. We have a lot of repeats, which is awesome because we get to see a project in progress. But I also love it when new people show up and they say, "Hey, this is my first time.
Yeah.
All I did was get LED to blink, but it's cool. That's part of it. You want to show off and be proud of your project."
That's right. Okay, gift guides. We started our gift guide series. We have GPS and we also have
Biometrics.
So, Becky, tell us about the gift guides that are going on.
These guides are helping you get ready for the holidays, and we have lots of fun themes that a lot of our writers specialize in. We're going to have an RF one and reverse engineering, and Tyler did the GPS one, and I did this biometrics one, and I'll do a wearables one. So, guides to the best things that are out there, new kits that might be out, things that might make good things to make and then give. Yay.
And it's not just all Adafruit stuff. We find stuff that we like from everyone.
Yeah, I like the brain control stuff.
Yeah,
Ears.
so you did the biometric one.
Yeah, so there was 2 brainwave things, or 3 brainwave things. There's the brainwave. There's a brainwave product startup that's meant to sync really well with iOS devices, so it's spring app development stuff. And then there's brainwave cat ears that move, and then there's brainwave Star Wars toy where you use your brainwaves to train the Force. So it's it's a Star Wars toy. It's cool. I mean, my nephew would love that. Brainwaves.
What a cool time to be living in when we're making gift guides about which brainwave products.
Which brainwave products
There's 3
really
choices.
your family members love the most?
I don't know. My aunt is more of the cat ear brainwave person. But she's already got one. So I think that it's a fun time to
And
live
we'll
in.
have more fun gift guides. And if people have suggestions or ideas, of course,
Yeah, leave them up in the comments.
email them or to support or they add comments on
Yeah.
a blog post. They also, if you see in the guide, hey, I have a really good idea for another biometric thing, just comment it and we'll edit the post and add it.
Yeah. In the comments of the gift guides, people have lots of great suggestions. Okay. Next up, we started a new series on the site about hackerspaces.
That's right, Eric Michaud.
I think that's the right pronunciation. Yeah.
Eric Michaud has had an awesome, he's been doing a 7-part series on how to make your own hackerspace. Now, you might think, all I need to get a hackerspace is a space of hackers. But actually, it's a little more complicated.
Yeah. Well, I have a hackerspace little story, and then I'm going to talk about the his article series.
Okay.
So, because this is relevant to all of us. So, I met Mitch Altman through 2600, the Hacker Quarterly, a long time ago. I helped run the website, and I did a lot of stuff with Off the Hook, which is WBAI is not too far from here. And I met Mitch through that. And then when I met you, I introduced you to Mitch. And Mitch has a TV Be Gone. He's the inventor of the TV Be Gone, and it was a standalone product that was manufactured. It was before it was a kit or anything. And I said, "Hey, Mitch, what are the things that you want to do in life?" And he's like, "Oh, I would love to teach the world electronics and all this stuff." And I said, "Oh, you could make a kit version of the TV Be Gone." And Lamore is a great kit designer. She has this thing called a Minty Boost. This is a long time ago. It's 5-6 years ago. And he said, "Oh, what do you mean? We would just give it away and anyone can make it?" And I go, "Yeah, but you'd have a kit and you guys could work together. We could figure out a royalty thing, and we would make the TV Be Gones, and then you could just go do your thing, teach people, and this could be the kit that you do." And he was spending time at CCC, this conference in Europe, and he went to, I think, to Seabase, which is a very well-known hackerspace. And he got back. He co-founded Noisebridge, and since then that was
which was not the New York City Resistor was actually.
Yeah,
around beforehand.
Yeah,
so
and Bree was hanging out with Mitch, and this is the same circle of people, and they both brought. There was a West Coast Noisebridge and NYC Resistor. Becky, you spent time at Resistor, right?
A little bit.
You've been there before. Make Life used to be broadcast out of Resistor.
No.
Oh no, it was MakerBot. Yeah. Sorry.
Which is in the same building.
Which is the same building, right?
No, it was in the other building.
The other building.
They have multiple buildings, right? So
this is so confusing.
Always confusing. I think we tried to do an Ask an Engineer once from MakerBot, which when it was in the same building as Resistor, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
We put in, they just got in the new space around the corner and they didn't even have internet yet. And we were like, well, we can, the internet.
Yeah. So,
the internet.
So, anyways, it's really neat because this is all a circle. And so, Eric was visiting in New York City and he was talking about hackerspaces. And I said,
You
Eric,
started 2 hackerspaces, right?
He did. And we were talking about how to start a hackerspace. No one's actually, I think this should be a book. I'm going to suggest him that he writes a book. So he's doing a 7-part series. I think we're up to part 3 or 4. Part 1 is what is a hackerspace and who do you want? What's your core team? What type of people should you get at a hackerspace to help run it? The next part of the article series is how to start a hackerspace. The place to hack all things. What requirements does your hackerspace need to meet? There's insurance, there's regulations. It all depends on what type of hackerspace you want. Are you going to charge dues? What are you going to do? There was a story about a hackerspace that got shut down because they had a bunch of equipment, and for that area they weren't allowed to have it. So they actually had to get certified, or they were out of code. All these things. Very important. Next one, a home for your hackerspace. Where to locate your hackerspace and things you'll need to consider. Next up, get it done. Make a task list. Delegate responsibility to the core crew. Next up, money and resources. How to bring resources to get tools and materials you need. Here's another related story to us. So what we decided to do a few years ago is give any hackerspace reseller pricing for everything at Adafruit. So they get it at the same price that any distributor gets, and they can use that to fuel their hackerspace. So we're up to a few hundred hackerspaces, and they buy the kits at a very great discount. They sell it for the retail price, and they do workshops and all that, so they can actually make money. And that's worked out really great. There's hackerspaces that specifically make money off selling kits for workshops, and we're really pleased about that. And our resellers don't mind. They're like, okay, that's cool. It's just hackerspaces. They don't consider that competition. In fact, all it does is drive more demand for more kits.
And more people know how to build them.
Get ready for your space. What to do and where to put everything in your space once you have it. And then last up, launch. What to do when everything is set up. So that'll be wrapping up next week. Really cool thing. I'm gonna push for this maybe to be a book. It'd be fantastic. It'll be a great companion to your Hackerspace Passport, available in the April.
Oh.
Speaking of, Hack Friday's code, 10% off everything, including the Hackerspace Passport. 10% off. It's in stock.
We definitely have it in stock.
Yeah.
All right, let's go article.
Yeah. Next up. Lady Ada, you spoke at a conference this week called Women 2.0. What was your session about?
Oh, wow, that's right. I totally
It was so long.
Yeah,
I totally forgot. In the middle of this week, I went to Women 2.0, which was in Midtown, which is really handy because a lot of people there were like, I came in from San Francisco, and I'm like, wow, that's really far. I took the 8. So we went there, and I saw a couple panels. Also, we were speakers. We were on a panel. I was on a panel with Goldie Blocks.
Yeah.
The purse, in purse.
Yeah,
Purse?
it's a purse that has smart charging built in.
The name of the church, the name of the purse. I don't
Yeah.
remember. But yeah, it was like a purse, and then also Ruminate.
Yeah.
And you can also look on the Adafruit website to remember what the name of the purse was, a charging purse. And all four of us were women who have founded a startup, technology startup, and three of them used Kickstarter. And actually, that's what the panel was about. Was using
And you were on it because you're the only one who didn't get funding.
They didn't. It was about Kickstarter in some ways, but it was also about like how to start a company. Whether okay, you have Kickstarter, now what? And that's actually a problem that everyone has. Like, how do you go into manufacturing, and how do you gauge demand, and how do you maintain innovation, and why do hardware not software? And so it was fun. I don't know if it was recorded. I'm assuming.
If you go on Twitter and search for, I think, pound W2 pitch or something, look on our site. You can see some great quotes. I thought you said something really interesting. There was a question in the audience, and then they handed it to you after the question came out. The question was, well, with software, it's pretty easy. What about like hardware? Aren't you worried about someone coming along and just copying you? And you had said, actually, hardware is hard, and you're actually in a better position if you do hardware because it's really difficult. And you commented about like Goldie Blocks, for instance. Like, you have to go to trade shows, you have to go to toy events, you have to like work really hard to get a physical product out there. Where software, and I think your quote was, there's 8 Pinterests right now. Right?
I don't actually know the name of these 8 pictures, but I'm assuming there's 8.
Yeah. Since the start of the show, there's 4 more.
Okay.
So, anyways, that was what I'm talking about. And speaking of folks at events, look at this. Becky went to.
That's right. You also did an event.
Yeah.
On
Look
Monday.
at us inventing.
Yeah.
Monday.
Yeah. So what
Out
did you
and
do?
about in the world.
Look at us gallivanting about town.
There was a wearable computational fashion event at iBeam in Chelsea, which is an art and technology center. And this program, Computational Fashion, is an iBeam project, 2-year-long project funded partially by the Rockefeller Foundation to do projects that make new connections between what they call Silicon Alley, which is like the New York tech scene, and the fashion industry, which is also really prominent in New York City. So at this meeting, we missed the first one because of the move to the new office, but this one, so some of the people weren't there, flip-flop times, but this lady, Sabine Seymour, who I know from Parsons School of Design, which is a professor, there was some really interesting fashion people there, a professor or the dean of the school at Cornell, where they do fashion and textile science in the same program. It was just really fun and interesting. And iBeam is still pretty ripped up from the hurricane.
They're right on the water.
They got flooded, right?
They got 3 feet of water in the whole place, and they lost a lot of equipment. But they just have to replace the sheetrock from like there down. The whole neighborhood is replacing sheetrock from there down.
Yeah.
And
You'll see a lot of probably like 2-tone designs because I have to play it.
they're gonna hang the paintings higher next time. But it was fun, and here I am wearing the Flora brooch with the pixels on.
Yeah.
This is like Florida.
And I bought some Flora hardware, and everyone was just staring at it.
Yeah.
Like, what is that? Oh, that's computational technology.
Yeah, we'll show off some floor stuff soon, but all of us are wearing our new wearable platform lately.
Yeah.
We're going to speed through a couple more. Adafruit is participating in New York's Next Top Makers. This is from the New York City Economic Development Council that you're part of.
That's right.
Council. And so basically it's New York City, it's challenging makers, designers, and engineers to develop new products with commercial potential. Adafruit is participating in this. We're going to do some mentorship for some makers in New York City.
There's prizes.
And help them figure out how to run a business, what products maybe they can work on. And this is New York's effort to make New York into a manufacturing city. And we're really pleased to be part of it and also share a lot of stuff. We're in a great company. IDEO is in it, Shapeways, Honeybee Robotics. One of the cool things about it is when it's alphabetical, we get this at the top. It's nice. Okay, let's keep moving on. Here is our little Internet of Things printer, and a customer sent this along, and they said, "Hey, Adafruit, you know that little printer? It's called a little printer, or the Adafruit Internet of Things printer. This is a page from the latest Avengers, and this is Tony Stark."
What is this? It looks like a cash register receipt. It's my award. You want a cash register receipt? Congratulations. No, it's not your award. It's from a new printer thing. It's like a news feed. You can program them to print out whatever, headlines, science, news, flight conditions. You can do flight conditions, puzzles, horoscopes, substantial stuff like horoscopes. Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's actually like stuff that people have done with the Internet of Things printer.
So he has an Internet of Things printer, and it's in the Avengers. So it's kind of neat that Internet of Things devices are making their way into something that's pop culture, like Tony Stark. You know. Next up, one of our common features and new series is
3D Thursday.
3D Thursday, and I'm not going to go over all the posts. Go check out 3D Thursday, but this one I thought was really neat. Someone made a set of like old style baseball cards in each different 3D printer.
I like how they're like yellow.
Yeah, you know, they look real, and it's like, oh, I've got a MakerBot Replicator rookie card, and you know, I thought that was really cool. So
MakerBot Cupcake CNC number 41.
Yeah, and there's an up printer, you know, and this is when he was hitting home runs with that plastic excursion. Anyways, check it out. Make has a new 3D printing
guide.
I guess it's an insert. No, it's a special edition.
Guide,
it's huge. It's huge.
SIP.
Matt here at Adafruit worked on it, and he showed me a copy of it, and it is intense. They did a great job.
All 3D printed.
It compares like all of them. And there's like a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot.
Okay.
Okay, mailbag.
All right.
We have mailbag.
Hi, Packet.
Packet the mailbag. This is a neat note from a customer. You need a hail and hearty well done. You have gone well beyond the call of duty. I appreciate your prompt response that you maintain your cool and professional manner in spite of several opportunities to do otherwise. You have done well. If you're not already the czar of Adafruit support, you should at least be anointed prince of professionalism. Keep up the good work. Thanks for all your help. It was pretty nice. You know what? Sometimes customers are having a bad day. They'll send us an email. It'll be really kind of awful, and we help them out. And then they always say, "Oh my gosh, like I'm so sorry. I was being so mean. I was so used to being treated badly by other companies." And so that was a really neat note for them to send us. So between myself and Matt, and also Bill and Rick in the support forums, and also everybody else at the Adafruit team, we get nice notes like this, so we're very happy. Ask an Educator, we got a couple new things this week. How can I extend the range of an IR LED transmitter? And then,
you said use a big transistor.
Yeah, big transistor. And then we have a really good article that everyone should check out, including a comment by Lady, is how safe is it to use LiPo batteries in cereal? Do you want to just do a quick sentence about this?
It's just so confusing because it's like, oh, you're charging or discharging. Basically, LiPo batteries, I only suggest using ones with protection cells in them, and when he answered them, he actually talked about RC cells, which don't have protection, so it got a little bit confusing. But basically, the protection cell and an RC cell will protect it from over discharging, but often it doesn't protect it from overcharging, but it doesn't necessarily protect it from what happens if you have two cells in series and one charges into the other. So basically, I think if you have two cells that are protected, you can discharge them if you put them in series. So you want to have like two 4-volt cells, and you put them together and get 8 volts. You can discharge them in series because the cutoff, they'll eventually one of them will cut off before the other. But when you're charging them, just separate them and charge them separately. So charge them in a single cell at a time. That's the best way to do it, unless you have a bundle which is pre-balanced and has a balancer inside of it.
Okay, I'm going to skip a couple and just go to this. This is from Makey Monday.
This is Makey pepperoni.
Yeah, you can actually play a pizza. So Makey is a really cool product and project by Jay Silver and Eric Rosenbaum, I believe. And it's from Joy Labs, their new company. And it's really neat. This is one that you can play sauce. And we do this. Yeah, we do this every single week. You recently did that video that we played last week, which is the banana phone.
Conductive fiber banana phone.
Yeah, it was really neat.
Banana phone.
And we do a weekly meeting at Adafruit. Maybe one day we'll broadcast it called State of the Fruit or Ask Adafruit. We do this internally at Adafruit with all our employees. And we just gave Makeys to all our employees, and we're going to see what musical instruments they come up with.
Everyone was, when Tom and I were filming that, like, especially so they're all musicians, and they're like peeking by, like, oh, are they ready to do the thing yet? And like, and one in particular got a little disappointed when like we did it really fast, and I took the thing down because we needed the table for something else, and oh, you already did the thing. Oh, so we're really excited to see what they make.
Everybody wants to play pepperoni.
Yeah.
Pizza.
So we have some interesting stuff with Flora.
Oh, you don't want to skip that?
Yeah, it's going to keep going. It's 10:30. So Flora is our new wearable electronics platform. We have a couple new things with Flora. One, if you notice on the blog, there's a new series of posts, and this was from Andy, our director of production. We're calling Scenes of Manufacturing from Adafruit. And this is a picture of how we actually test the floors. You made a little tester jig.
Yeah, that's a tester jig. I have to custom make the tester jig, which takes me a couple hours, but I try to design them so like they're both flexible and fixable. Like, you know, I use Arduino so that if the Arduino dies or something, I can just replace it. They're easy to reprogram. I know them very well. And then this one does a full test on the Flora, so it tests the program, it programs it bootloads it, it checks the battery connector, it checks the switch, it checks the reset button, it checks all the components are there, it checks all the connections are no shorts. So yeah, it does a full test.
Yeah. And Becky, you've been hard at work at a really cool jacket project. Do you want to talk about it? I'm just going to show a couple Becky pictures and look at you. Oops.
Yeah.
You know what?
Right.
There you go.
There you go.
Oh yeah, there's my face. Yeah, this is your winter jacket, and
yeah, Becky's actually working on my jacket.
so put the Flora on the. You want to put it on?
Yeah.
I put the Flora. It already had this like round rubber insignia on the
Switch it on.
Yeah, the switch is on.
Just want to make sure I'm plugged in.
And then it has a GPS on the shoulder and 8 LED pixels around the collar.
Yeah.
Turn me on?
Yeah. You know, so it's a 50 seconds.
So for the folks who've been following, For the folks who've been following us on Google we've been trying to post photos and pictures of all the progress. So right now, of course, we're indoors. The GPS is sewn in, and you'll be able to see all things. But right now, the effect that it has is a gentle, pulsating blue and white. The inside of the jacket is blue, so I thought that would be a really nice, subtle thing. And then if you look, it's like a kind of like undercarriage glowing on the collar, and also
maybe you can show it on the overhead.
Yeah, and I wanted to put it on the overhead. But anyways, the cool thing is I've been walking around with it.
Yeah, and you've been getting some attention.
And you know, we're walking through Soho, New York City, and people are really dressed nice. And they were checking out the jacket because it has a beautiful piece of electronics on it. It has some really cool glowing LEDs. And right now it's logging where I go. And pretty soon we'll have a very cool project that my LEDs that I'm wearing will change based on where I'm going.
We had this joke where we wanted them to turn green when you get close to a Starbucks, but in like New York, in the Starbucks, there's lots of just going to be green.
So there's the Flora, and then the battery wires are routed like down and through the jacket in the pocket, and then on the shoulder is over here. So GPS.
Yeah, you want it to be facing the sky, so you put it on the shoulder.
Yeah.
Sure, and then around the collar are the RGB LED pixels, which are glowing, pulsating.
Yeah, I like how when they pulse and they go in, they can quickly, like, here's how it's sewn in.
Woo, quickly,
it's
there's
cool
the conductive thread.
Yeah, they're digital, so we can have them all, they're all addressable. So right now they all do the same thing, they all pulse at the same time, but we might change like the brightness levels and the color of each one of them.
You want to see something cool?
Okay,
Let me turn it off for a second.
Yeah.
So Phil has a special feature because he needs to be able to show off all the cool stuff we do at Adafruit all the time. So his snaps off.
Becky put these really cool snaps so I could pull the Flora off and just show it to anyone.
And just show it and be like, oh, this is just our wearable computing platform. Here you go, take a look at it. And then you can plug it back in and snap it back on. So what I did there was I soldered the one half of these sewable snaps to the Flora PCB, and then I sewed the other half of the sewable snap with conductive thread. And that's my recommendation for when to make a connection between like soldering and sewing. Is a snap is a good thing, and then it makes those electrical connections. There's 3 pins for the pixels and 4 pins for the GPS.
Yeah, and also it's a beautiful jacket. Like one of the things that we thought would be cool is to take like really like high-end fashion brands. So I got this jacket on sale at G-Star in the summer because no one wants to buy jackets in the summer because it had all these cool ribbons and typings. If you're a fan of Doom like I am in still suits or kind of futuristic clothing,
I like extra pockets.
Yeah, tons of pockets. So we're going to continue. Yeah, we're going to continue to mod this jacket and do lots of cool things. One of the things that we might do is the type or color of LEDs will change based on where I am or maybe where I've been. It's going to have logging with the GPS, of course. Yeah. It may glow based on the lightness or darkness outside. There's so many things we can do it. I can have it always blue, wherever the blue LED is, as that's which way north is. So many cool opportunities, and we're really excited about what people are going to do with Flora that we haven't even thought of yet. So that's our cool new wearable platform, Flora. This is one of the first pieces of clothing that we've designed with it, and we're really excited. Tyler cooked up some new code You modified it. I'm just gonna be a model.
Yes.
Cool.
It's my new job.
I like doing the production on this and
I got some small snaps on the way too.
Yeah.
yeah,
And then here is one photo before I went out today. I've been trying to document it, so you can see the. I can zoom in here a little bit. You can see the. Because this is a little bit of daylight here, where I was shooting the photo. You can see where the stuff comes in. It looks like this jacket was made for it because it has this cool round rubber patch.
Yeah, remember we went to the store and you saw
Yeah.
that, and I was like, hey, that would be a really good place to put the floor on, and you're like, this is a cool jacket.
Yeah.
It's kind of the perfect jacket for your. This is going to be the breadboard.
Oh, that's in my fingers. This rubber was
Yeah.
really hard to sew too. But it looks really nice.
Next up, some news in open source hardware. Our friend Aya, who a lot of people know because we sell the little bits, got a really cool award. And for the folks out there who like open source hardware, a lot of it is usually considered just kits or just hobbyist stuff, and like maybe it'll be mainstream one day. But Aya's company Little Bits just won the Children's Product Competition Award, their holiday National Parenting Publication Award.
Wow.
Woohoo.
So it's a big deal.
Yeah.
And I was also announced as a senior TED Fellow. So Aya from Little Bits, check out the company if you guys out there are looking for a really cool product to give younger folks.
Really little kids can handle it. It's amazing. It's like I've never seen electronics be able to be operated by a 3-year-old.
Yeah, little magnets that hold them together, all open source. Yeah, and it's all open source. Fantastic. Okay, next up, we have an update on our Adafruit learning system.
We had a huge update.
Yeah.
It's version 2.0.
Yeah, it's version 2.0.
And it's all in the front, and it looks awesome. It looks so great that I don't even remember what it looks like anymore and how it looked beforehand. But now we have a featured project. We have these lovely little ribbon tags on new projects, on updated projects. There's also a tag. We're going to have related projects. So when you do a project, it'll show you what other projects you can make now that you've done this one. Yeah. It's just a lot cleaner look.
Yeah.
That's great.
It's beautiful. We added more user interface enhancements. And basically, we're at the point where we're going to be doing a lot of behind the scenes soon. But Becky, you've used every type of instructional system, Instructables and Dozuki, which is iFixit and Make Projects, and now this. What do you think in terms of ease of use and display?
A++ would do business with again.
Good, I like your eBay.
Great seller.
No, really, it's really fantastic. I mean, it doesn't hurt that when we make a feature request, it gets implemented like the next day. All right, like
that is true.
That doesn't hurt it because they're like, oh, we should do this. Oh, it does that now. Okay, cool. Like, but it's great. It's really easy to use.
There's also a lot of bug fixes behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Nothing.
I like the autosave because sometimes my browser crashes and
some behind the scenes
it's
stuff.
cool.
Yeah.
It's really neat.
Copy
I like the high-res images right in there, and it fits all the needs. Like when I make a project, I don't like it to be liability later by having to go back and do a lot of stuff like the FAQ. We make an FAQ page, and that makes it really easy, and it's really easy to use and a joy to send people to check it out too.
Yeah. I did the traffic on Adafruit and all of the Adafruit properties. So we don't take advertising, and that's great, and we never will. I've made this promise. It'll be played back on YouTube if I ever break that promise, so I better not break that promise. So we don't take ads, but we have lots of page views. So we're hitting 6 million page view mark, and at a couple million uniques per month, and the Learn system is just skyrocketing. And we're really happy about that. One of the things that we're not going to go over tonight, but I can just talk about it, is because we don't care about page views, but a lot of people like our blog, we added infinite scrolling. So when you go to adafruit.com/blog and you get to the end, it loads the next series of posts.
And you can scroll for, it really is infinite because we have
scroll forever.
We have nearly 9,000 blog posts.
Yeah, we have
10,000.
Over 9,000.
Over 9,000. We have 9,500. So we have to do a little thing when you get to 10,000.
That's like how many blog posts I made for Make.
Yeah, I think on Make I had
20,000.
As I was kind of retiring out, I think it was somewhere about 40,000 blog posts. Yeah. So, it's cool.
Yeah.
It's funny sometimes, and this happens to you, I'm sure, you'll be looking for something online, and you'll be searching, and you're like, oh, found it, and it's a past post you did.
Yes.
And it's like, oh, no.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, wait, I'm still...
okay.
Well, the internet is kind of my backup now.
Right.
I'm like, oh.
Backup, right.
Future, Becky, you might want to know about this cool thing with these related keywords.
Yeah.
And then it's my blog post.
Well, sometimes because I'm usually
I'm looking for my blog post.
What did I look? I did look for something recently, and I bumped into one of your blog posts from Make, and I was like, man, I guess it's faster than going over to
I was looking for some wearable.
I
was looking for some wearable electronic stuff, and all the posts were from Becky on like making crafts.
Oh, she already knows about that.
Yeah.
Oh, she's seen that. Yep. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So if you want to suggest me a wearable project that you did not make yourself, check and see if I blogged it before, because I might have.
Yeah. Okay. Next up, we have we do Pi Day every week. We have one project that we wanted to highlight today because it used our product. More, maybe you can talk about this.
Yeah, so many people ask us about this stuff that when I found somebody who made this project, I was like, thank you, because I just didn't have time to do this tutorial myself. But they connected up one of our GPS modules to a Raspberry Pi using a cobbler and our Ultimate GPS. And then they set it up to do a network time server. So
cool.
It's cool because a GPS, what's neat about the GPS, especially the Ultimate GPS, is it has a PPS output, which is pulse per second. And that's an atomic time, like, synced pulse per second. Like, when that pulse goes high, it is a new second, like, born into this world, exactly that moment. And so, well, it's precision. It's really, really precise, like, better than millisecond precision. And so it's cool to see they're using a GPIO and also the RX and TX. So they use the terminal to read the time, because it gives you the timestamp, and then the GPIO connected to the PPS to get that exact moment that the second turns over. So that's a really cool project. A lot of people want to see how to pick the GPS to Raspberry Pi. That's all.
Okay. Before we get into new products, the code is Hack Friday. One word, Hack Friday, 10% off everything in stock in Adafruit store.
Including the Ultimate GPS and the cobbler.
Including the Ultimate GPS and the cobbler. Okay. It is time.
New.
It is time to get a new product song.
New.
Okay, Lady Ada, what is
this? This
product?
looks like a broken cable, right? It's like, wait a minute, it's got the wrong thing on the end. It's a micro USB on one end. Why has it got a USB socket on the other? This is an on-the-go cable. And these are used when you have a device that it can act as a USB host. So, for example,
like
the Due, the new Arduino Due, which we are getting small amounts of here and there.
Yeah.
And please sign up because we do get them in. We do notify people.
Yeah, we got 100 in stock. We put them in stock. They went out of stock within 1 hour.
And we tell
moved
people
100 Dues.
What are we, QVC?
Yeah. This is pure zirconium Due. Direct from Italy.
Anyway.
Only 15 remain.
Go on the payment plan.
So if you look over there to the left,
Now you
right,
payment.
there's two little silver USB ports. They're like little USB micro ports. One of those is a client port, and that's what you use to upload code to the Due to like communicate. But then there's another port above that that's like near the reset switch, and that's the host port. So you can use the this cable. And then you can plug in like a keyboard or a mouse. I don't think that the Due has drivers for this stuff yet, but as it gets developed, I think there is like a USB host library for it, and I think there's some simple stuff that does work for it. You can connect anything that has USB. Like in theory, you could connect a keyboard, a mouse, a USB key, a camera. I think there's some support for this, but I haven't played.
And some folks want to know, is this a pass-through cable? Or does it have circuitry in it?
There's no circuitry inside, but you must have a USB on-the-go device to use this with. It also works with a lot of tablets that have like a little USB. They have USB host on the go on the bottom, and you can plug in. We've got Nexus 7,
yeah,
and we use one of these for that, and it worked great.
Okay. Next up, this is coming soon. We're about to have these in next week. It's NetDuino Plus. Check out all the details for this.
Twice as fast.
Yeah.
Twice as NetDuino.
Yeah.
Twice as plus.
Twice as plus.
Super plus, good.
Double plus.
Yeah, so check out the site with that. We'll have, when they're in stock, we'll have them on the show. Next up, we have a cool new USB microscope. And Becky took some photos and did a fantastic video.
This will be the last video.
Die.
This will be the last video you ever see from that space.
Yeah.
This is an LED.
This is the last video from Becky's previous place. So we're going to let past Becky
Pre-Hurricane Sandy, Becky, even.
take it away. Oh, Becky's frozen in time. He's going to be frozen for a second.
Hold on.
Okay. If you're working on very small
There she goes.
Go back.
If you're working on very small electronics, a USB microscope can be really handy. And at Adafruit, we love to test out all the tools out there and bring you our absolute favorite ones. We already carry one USB microscope, and you can learn about it in this video right here. But today I'm going to show you this deluxe heavy-duty model. It has a metal stand, a rotating adjustment for height, so let's check out some of the things we can look at with it. Inside the box, you'll find this sleek microscope with some viewing accessories, including this precision aluminum stand, which makes it really easy to make very fine adjustments. And there are 8 mini LEDs whose brightness you can control to illuminate your subject just perfectly. There's a focus on the microscope, but you can also use the stand to raise and lower it to get a view of just what you're looking for. This is our conductive fiber up close. This webcam microscope has a 640 by 480 camera sensor inside and an optical magnifier that can adjust from 20 times to 300 times. This microscope comes with a few plastic accessories, and this one is for looking at your eyeball. So here's my eyeball. We particularly like the speed of the video on this microscope, which makes it really great for surface mount soldering and rework. And you can adjust the orientation of the frame just by turning the camera. This is a crucial tool for the iPhone mod we did, where we added an illuminated panel to light up the Apple logo in the back of the iPhone. The parts are so small that the microscope makes it so you can actually see what you're doing. I'd love to see the things you find with your USB microscope, so show them to us in the Adafruit Flickr pool or on our weekly show and tell on Google+. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel here on YouTube.
Okay, great. And then we've got a great video, Becky.
Thanks.
Oh, I do want to mention something about the microscope. There's a lot of people asking. So we have 2 microscopes, and this one, the stand is much more precise. Also, it's much thinner and smaller, so you can fit it into place if you're looking into something like a case.
It's long and skinny.
Long and skinny. But one of the things that is nice about this camera that I noticed is because it's much faster because it's not as high resolution. I mean, it's a very high quality camera, but it's much faster. So I found that you could solder while magnifying, whereas the other one is too jerky.
Oh yeah, because it's so high resolution.
Yeah, it's so high res that it's like every time it sends a frame, it's this huge frame. With this, I found that out of the box, I could actually, very easily solder and look at the screen at the same time. So if you want to use it for precision soldering, the other one is a little bit sluggish. This one's much better for that purpose. So I don't think it's good.
Okay. Next up, we've got.
A lovely OLED. It's actually an updated product. We already had this OLED, and it wasn't 5-volt compliant. It wasn't a 5-volt ready device, and we included a chip with it. But then, kind of nobody ever, people didn't like that. It was causing wiring issues, and so we decided to make a version of the Breakout that had 5-volt ready, and it has a regulator on it. It has the level shifting stuff on it. It's really easy to use, and even have it here on the overhead. Oh, can I zoom in again? Yeah, this was. Hold on. Down. And then get it to. So these little OLEDs. This is a 128 by 64 pixel OLED, and I'm using I squared C to talk to it, so it can use I squared C or SPI. It's super fast. There's only a couple pins because it's serial. It's 5-volt and 3-volt compliant. You can use it with any 3-volt or 5-volt microcontroller. People have ported my library to a bunch of different platforms like PIC and Arduino and stuff. It's really clear. Like, it's kind of hard to tell with this camera because the camera keeps going in and out of focus, but you can actually really read all these pixels even though they're so teeny. It's much more legible than a TFT display. So if you're looking for something super skinny, super legible, and very low power, it's only about 10 milliamps for the whole thing. This is a really great display.
Good display. I like our new little 5-volt ready icon that
Kevin designed. Yeah, it's one of Kevin's designs.
Yeah, it's very cool. Okay. Here is our Raspberry Pi product of the week. This is a really cool add-on. It's kind of a upgrade or enhancement to one of our current popular products, the Pi Cobbler. So here's a couple photos of it in action. And here's the kit. And,
Yeah.
Let's go to the other end. What do you think about?
Yeah, I can describe this. So what we had beforehand, this is the before time. We had, this is the pie cobbler. And this is just a breakout because the Pi, if you recall, the Raspberry Pi has this 26-pin IDC connector, and so you can use this handy IDC cable and you plug in the cable, but it doesn't plug into a breadboard nicely. So this is the cobbler, which we designed, which is a really simple breakout that has labeled pins, and then you plug the cable in and you can plug into a breadboard or proto or whatever, and you're cobbling together your project. And this is what I really like the original cobbler because it's very compact and it's like really, it kind of gets out of your way. But some people said, well, I want something where it's more legible, like the text is bigger, and so we made the T cobbler, and the T cobbler is kind of what you think it is. It's a T-shaped cobbler. Go us with our naming. I know it's very creative. So this one, the text is much more clear and it's much bigger because we have a lot more space. So yes, it's really zoomed in so you can see it says CE1 and RxD and TXD, and so it takes a little more space, and you plug it over here, and then it's broken out onto the breadboard, and so you can connect all your pins here, and watch out because one of these pins change numbers between revisions, and yes, this T-cobbler works with both versions of the Pi, both the Model A, future Model A, current Model B, Rev 1, Rev 2. It's pretty simple, it's just a breakout, but it's really, really handy, and we'll be making more on Monday. I know we sold out, but hopefully Monday morning we'll make tons more, because people really love this stuff, because they want to do Raspberry Pi projects on a breadboard, and it's not easy to keep track of all those wires otherwise.
Yeah. It's a popular product. People really like it. I'm pleased to see that we're able to have something for all the Raspberry Pi version 1 folks and the Raspberry Pi version 2 folks.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them.
Yep.
Okay.
And make sure it's all future compatible.
That concludes new products.
That was the new.
That was over. Don't forget, anything native for Star, 10% off. Black Friday. 10% off until basically midnight tomorrow night. Okay.
Time for questions.
It's time for questions, folks.
Whoa.
Ask away.
You can ask wearable questions of Lady Becky.
Okay, what is the difference between the Arduino Micro and the Atmega 32U4 breakout board? The Arduino Micro is a new Arduino that we collaborated with the Arduino team and the
It's a genuine Arduino, and it comes with the Arduino bootloaders that's supported inside of the latest IDE. It has a couple of extras. It does have more stuff. First off, it's much smaller. It is much smaller. It's like 25%.
It's got parts on both sides of the board.
It's 25% smaller because it has parts on both boards. It has a lot more. It has more circuitry protection. It has zero diodes on the USB port. It has a micro USB connection on a mini B. It has more LEDs. It has a regulator on it, so you can plug in 9-volt power, and it's polarity protected and automatically switches which power source. So it's a little bit more complicated. But
Are we going to get them without header pins?
Right now, we only have the 5-volt with header, and I say that because I think that there may be. Unfortunately, I don't have the factory. We don't make them here. They're made in Italy by the Arduino team.
Yeah, Arduino question, sorry.
It's like...
We don't make them here yet.
No, people ask. They're like, hey, can
we
you
collaborated on this design.
They're like, can you make more micros? And I'm like, I don't actually make them. I know that you know. But
because
the kind viewers...
One thing is that the 32U4 is really slim, and you can put it in. You can use it as a wearable controller.
I do like that it doesn't come with headers. But right now the micro, I think they wanted to start out with 5-volt with header, and I've been asking them to please have a 3-volt, without both.
The kids these days, they have such an easy time because when I was doing this and the Arduino first came out, you had the Arduino Mini, which had no circuit protection whatsoever, so it was really easy to bust. And you had to have an FTDI add-on that had a full-size USB B port on it for whatever reason, so it was impossible to leave.
Those were the days.
See, there's all this stuff kludged together in your breadboard, and now you can just have the micro, and it's so little and cool and works great, and it's hard to kill.
Back in my day, we had Arduinos made out of wood, and we loved it.
I did have a PIC programmer that was made out of wood.
People were like, you guys have no time for questions.
Okay.
More questions.
More questions.
Yeah,
are you going to stock the Teensy 3.0?
We have the TNT 3.0 in stock. We put it in the store together.
Okay.
That's a silly question.
That was an easy one. Okay, on the resistor helper, what do the first two numbers on the 4-band side represent, and what does the percent number mean?
On a 4-band resistor, you just have an extra digit. That's it. So it's basically just like your everyday, like 3-color band resistors, except you just add one more digit and divide by 10.
Okay. Next up, can you use linear or circular pots under cloth?
Yeah, the soft pots that we have will work. They're not capacitive, they're pressure based, so you can use them under anything as long as you can apply pressure.
Becky, have you ever used those in anything?
I have one in the queue.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
The round soft pot because you go around the flora.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
Okay.
what I do.
This is, I should,
All my projects are kind of delayed.
oh yeah, that's
Oh,
fine.
look, we haven't heard you.
No, I know, and I have one. I got one of those when we put them in the store, the round soft pots, and like.
I'm going to make
No.
I'm going to make probably a map of me, and I'm going to start sticking a different component on it as soon as you get to each one. So far I've got a Flora bonk, a GPS bonk. It'll be like
Yeah.
operation, but the other way.
SRs too. It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
squeeze your collar.
Okay.
More questions.
Well,
Yeah.
the conductive fiber is great for making a squish sensor too.
Yeah. Next, does the NFC RFID breakout board tags used by the longer range readers, like some of the conference badge airlines and check bag tags?
I don't know because I've never seen those. The NFC RFID Shield supports nearly any 13.56 megahertz card. It tends to be about 10 centimeters range. You have to look up on the car, what tag is used, and also in the PM532 data sheet, it lists like every single chipset is supported.
Okay. Oh, this is a comment. This is nice. They're loving the new infinite scroll and blog.
Yay!
Very cool.
Keep scrolling.
Okay, question. How many Arduinos have blown up? Well, Becky, how many have you blown up?
One.
One? Lamar, how many have you blown
I
up?
don't think I've blown any up, although it's funny, like we get returns and I end up like reviving them from the dead and then we use them like around the shop for like, oh, we need like a little counter or something
Yeah.
here, so.
Okay.
I've resuscitated a couple.
I've also resuscitated
From the dead.
Yeah.
Arduino Stein. Frankenduino. I have an environmental problem with LCDs, currently in the outside temperature, negative 20 degrees Fahrenheit, and I wish to use LCD in an automotive application. Anyone have any idea of heating an LCD turn on?
You might want to go with an OLED.
OLED.
Yeah.
Okay, for my Flora project, any ideas if I coat the outside of my Flora in plastic or a clear varnish, like protectant?
You can do that. The only thing you can use conformal coat, which is what I would suggest. Eventually we'll do a tutorial on how to conformal coat it. The only thing is you make sure to mask the button
Yep.
and the switch and the pads that you want to connect to, so just cover them with tape or something before you paint it or spray it on. And then also the USB ports, just make sure that that's covered so you don't get, if you cover up the contacts, you'll do it around it.
Any
Do you know what I
use?
use for that?
Yeah.
Clear nail polish.
Nail polish?
And I just paint around because the switch moves, obviously.
You can do that.
Yeah, and in the next years and months, we're going to have a lot of cool wearable hacks and tips, and we discover cool
Yeah.
things to do with all this. Like, I'll give you a really good example. So today I was walking around with this, and I was thinking of a couple of ideas with it, and we're going to talk, and that's the cool thing. This is uncharted territory. I mean, no one's been doing stuff like this. I've never seen a jacket that does this, that anyone can build. It's so cool. You did such a great job. This is my favorite jacket.
Aww.
Yeah, and it was a little cold out today. Just in time. Next up, are you making kits for the wristwatches you guys are wearing the other week?
OMG, PCBs are on the way.
Oh.
When will we see the next board from K-Town? I like the K-Town thing coming on.
Yeah.
There is an
You could have
exciting,
branded them.
there's an exciting new K-Town sensor board that will drop next week.
Yeah.
K-Town's new board
He's in the
drop.
studio.
He's recording a new track.
Yeah. We got
We're
Rick,
recording a track. I mean,
and Rick Rubin's mastering the board.
K-Town.
no,
featuring
actually,
Clayton Reardon.
we did fall behind, unfortunately, because of Sandy, so production was kind of clogged for like a week and a half. But we're pretty much caught up, and so I can finally do. That's why we didn't have any new breakout boards, because like I actually have 3 designs ready to go on the pick and place, but we can't. We had to put stuff in stock, like microphones went in stock, LED backpacks went in stock.
Flora's in stock.
Flora's like I had to make these
Laura is shipping. We love it. Next up, are you able to buy Raspberry Pi accessory kits without a Raspberry Pi? Yes, we will have those in stock soon.
Soon.
We are working around the clock on all the Raspberry Pi stuff. The previous question was, are you guys having a hard time keeping Raspberry Pis in stock. And here's the reality: everybody in the world cannot keep Raspberry Pis in stock. They are
They're
that
so
popular right now. The way we
They
did
have
it.
a full factory working on it. It's not gonna
So the way that we did it is we wanted to make sure people weren't just going to buy the Raspberry Pis and put them on eBay, because that's what they're doing. They're selling them for $80 or $100. So what we wanted to make sure is people got them who actually wanted them. So we put them in a starter pack, and we have those in stock. And then we have it as a promotion. If you buy $350 more or stuff on the Adafruit site, not including shipping, you get a Raspberry Pi. So lots of schools like that. That's why they were doing it. And if you're really savvy, you'll notice that you can get 10% off stuff. When the starter packs are in stock, we'll probably be doing another sale. And we also have free UPS ground shipping. So you can actually you
can chain all these discounts. You can get 10% off, get a free Raspberry Pi, and free shipping. It's possible.
Yeah, I would stock up on all the accessories that we have in stock right now using the sale. And then later on, when there's another sale, go for it, and then you'll get a free Pi. So for the savvy shoppers out there, the problem is we have lots of stuff that is going in and out of stock. This is the way it is.
We've been working nonstop.
Yeah.
So much stuff went into stock this week. It was great.
Yeah. Next up, can I hook an LCD from an old iPod into my Raspberry Pi? Very challenging.
I don't know what displays the old LCDs use, but I'm going to say probably not. It's probably like a high-speed custom interface. To save money, they probably put the driver for the LCD inside of the chip. So probably not.
Okay, question for each of us. What was the first microcontroller you used?
PIC.
Not only a PIC 16F84.
Yeah, pick your two.
PIC 16F something else.
Picks all around. Okay, what is needed to program Flora?
You just plug in a USB cable into this mini B jack down here.
Yeah.
I like mini B because it's much stronger than micro B, although I don't know, I might choose micro B later. And then you just run the Flora software, which is based off the Arduino ID, and you just select Flora, and then you can upload any of our examples.
Why did you make me stick the USB plug in my ear though to program it today?
That's to charge you up.
Oh, okay.
We were also USB powered.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty neat today when we needed to upgrade my program on my jacket. That's pretty neat.
We're trying to get.
What's the largest EL panel we provide?
We have a big.
Centimeter.
We have
10 by 20.
We have a big one. It's an A5 size. It's an Aqua EL panel. It's pretty big.
Okay. Those are the great questions. Yeah. Thank you so much, everyone.
Okay.
That was fantastic. You know what time it is? Trivia question time.
Trivia question.
Trivia question. When did we get a trivia question time?
Trivia question.
Okay, lady, what are the rules?
Rules are if you've won something from the fantastic Ask the Engineer trivia question, including you, Becky.
Man.
You can't enter this contest.
I was hoping to win
just sit on your
something
hands.
cool.
We want everyone to win something fabulous. I think today we have.
Looks like a Raspberry Pi.
We have a version 1 Raspberry Pi. We had a couple left over of the version 1.
Yeah.
They're the 256 megabyte ones.
Yeah.
But they're still fantastic. They work great. And it's free, so don't complain. All you have to do is answer this question with correct spelling and typing, and be the first person to enter it into the chat. What's the quiz question?
The quiz question has something to do with Hack Friday. So at the end of the Hack Friday post on Adafruit, John Janier has a very cool phrase. It's the last sentence.
Catchphrase.
It's a catchphrase about Hack Friday. Cut and paste the first person to put the phrase at the bottom of the Hack Friday post. It's the phrase that John Janier puts about Hack Friday.
And you will win this Raspberry Pi Model 1, or version 1.
I can tell there's people going to the blog. They're using infinite scroll.
Remember, if you've won something, you can't enter.
Yeah, John Janier, you're not allowed to enter.
And John, you're not allowed. Please don't enter
The tagline. That's right. Oh, here we go. Lewis, BNC. There are no lines at the workbench. See?
That's good.
A lot of people don't know. John used to write cards Hallmark. No.
All right, thank you for entering. You can win your prize. Email support@Adafruit and just mention that you were the winner of the prize, and you put your name and email and everything.
Yeah.
And we will be able to send you a fabulous Raspberry Pi. Thank you.
Very good.
Louis BNC.
Louis BNC, email support@Adafruit.com, and we will send you out this Raspberry Pi. Very cool. Okay.
Now,
The cat.
It's now time for cat. Why don't you get the cat?
I'll get the cat.
And
Cat.
Wait, I want to see a picture of you. Maybe do some live Instagramming on the show. Wait, one more. All of you, I hope you are entertained by the, with the MOSFET. Yeah, okay, that's a picture too. Yep. There's a boy in that picture, but there's no Phil.
So we'll.
It's just funny to have
It's funny.
Yeah.
cat
Let me grab him real quick because he needs to do his close up. Here's cat close up.
It's a really actually funny picture.
Here's Moscow. We're gonna do a wearable electronic cat
Well,
collar.
because Flora's so small and all this stuff is so small. Like,
There he is.
it's just another day of work for Phil.
He kind of looks like an owl.
Ooh. Ooh.
His ears have to be more up, right?
Well, he can hear us. Yeah. So dark in here.
Ears up.
I know, I didn't bring the light today.
Okay.
He's got that American short hair, like
Yeah.
tall cat ear thing.
Okay,
He's the
thank
guy.
you, George. Thank you, John. Thank you, all the folks in the audience. Paint Your Dragon showed up here too.
Oh, hey, Phil.
Thank you, all Adafruit employees. Thank you, Becky, for being on the show tonight.
Yeah, of
It's a
course.
good show. Thank you, Lady Ada, for answering all these great questions.
Yeah.
Thank you, Esther, for all these great questions too. Thank you for this awesome jacket.
You're welcome.
It's
No,
good to
you
see you.
guys.
Mosfet's just like, leave me the hell alone.
Yeah. So we'll be here next week. We'll have lots of new products, which is going to be really cool. And we'll have more cool things. It's the holiday season.
Happy things. We want to talk to them again, so I'm in I'll be going too. Happy
Yeah,
Thanksgiving.
we'll be here. We're going to do it. We're going to have some turkey and design some electronics.
That's right.
That's what we do.
I might be the show and tell. Depends. I'll be in Connecticut.
Tune into the show and tell.
Yeah.
That's great.
Mhm.
Here is
If I'm back in the land of internet.
your moment of Zener.